Hello, everyone. We are back with another interesting episode. I'm Nishit, Head of Sales and Strategic Alliances for the JPAC region, and will be your host for this series. We have Riley with us from Dotdigital for this interesting discussion series on marketing automations and segmentations. So let's jump right into today's discussion.
Absolutely.
All right. One last question, for me and for the audience would be, we would love to get in kind of a case study or understand a customer that has been with Dotdigital and he has probably identified and overcome these challenges of data, multi-touch points, and then, resources. And now it's been, leveraging all the strengths of the platform and is getting good results out of it. So maybe if you can share an example of a brand which is, doing that, that would be helpful for me and for the audience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good question. I always feel like the use cases or customer stories are like really memorable, and it's just like so much easier to kind of learn from peers in the market.
Exactly.
Done it practically for sure. So there's a story that I think is really a nice one with Jurlique. So Jurlique, I think it's, a pretty recognizable brand.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely globally, but particularly in Australia, given that it's an Australian skincare brand, it's definitely, very much a sweetheart brand of Australia, having been around for more than 35 years and really pioneering, sort of conscious beauty, so sustainability, and the biodynamically farmed products.
Wow.
So obviously tons of things that they can be doing as a skincare brand around how they get personal with customers and how they target their customers, etc. Because it is such a personal thing. Like skincare is massive. Like it's, part of how we look and feel. And, really intimate, and you have to trust that brand so much. And then, and on top of that, it's sort of once that decision's made, many people typically will stick with a skincare brand that suits them for a very long time. So
exactly.
So they have to be real experts in what they're doing. But I guess there's two key themes that I took from learning from the Jurlique story and what they did with Dotdigital. So the first key theme is really around transactional moments, being able to translate into revenue generating opportunities.
Yeah.
And then the second key theme I would say is the ability to leverage your best seller products to actually catch more customers or catch customers into other products outside of the best sellers, if you actually are setting up, dynamic campaigns really well. And so I'll delve into the stories behind each of those, but basically they're quite powerful things that Jurlique did and quite recreatable. So if we think about where they started from, they actually had a really strong database of contacts. So they started working with Dotdigital in 2016. And so it's been around for a while, and they didn't execute this campaign until 2022. So it gives you an idea of, that type of database that they'd been growing up. But then also it's a pretty long-term database as well. So back to what we were talking about earlier, one of the challenges they faced was sort of unengaged customers and how they actually work to sort of qualify them in or out. So they're worth keeping around and engaging, or are they just sort of, you're sending this out for no reason, wasting your money and your time, and, double down on those engaged customers to increase the customer base. So basically they set out with two key challenges. Was they wanted the frequency of the purchases to increase, but then they also wanted to increase the rate of repeat purchases. So if we translate that, it's really like they wanted really loyal and engaged customers.
And that's in the industry they are into, right? That makes more sense for them to have that repeat orders coming in because it's a skincare brand, right? So customers would definitely want to use it day in, day out, monthly basis. So that's where they should probably be focusing more on getting those repeat orders as well. That definitely makes
Absolutely.
sense.
Yeah. So they came up with some pretty smart ideas with this. So when we think about what I was talking about at the beginning there, it's a skincare brand where people usually if they've made the decision to stick with your brand, they're definitely going to kind of stay with it if they like it. They don't want to risk something affecting their skin adversely and so on. So to then build upon that, they realized that they could get really personalized around the fact that these people are probably going to purchase again at some point. But at this stage, they had no real control on, what they would be purchasing or when they would be purchasing, or are they actually going to be maximizing that transaction value. So they actually were able to launch a personalized flow reminder where the replenishments are actually personalized to the customer individually. So based on the product, the SKU, the size, all those types of attributes that they have. And that flow would be able to be triggered to that individual customer. So for example, if someone was in the market for hand creams, they could actually market them the iconic rose hand cream. And then so these paths were actually able to encourage customers to make the purchase because Jurlique was leveraging that data, which was they knew that they probably were around the time for replenishment. So that's a massive trigger event that they're able to then therefore get that replenishment in there, but also have other personalized products recommended at that same point during that same point of purchase or transaction.
Yeah, that's basically a good idea to upsell as well, right? So that definitely works.
So they did a number of sort of variations around these type of replenishment campaigns. Another one was around like a discovery kit. So when it was the point of replenishment, they were able to recommend a kit which actually had a number of different samples or smaller sizes of the Jurlique products that they could send out to those customers to get them more involved in the wider brand and the other products. So that was pretty cool. And then so the other side, sorry, cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Okay, sorry, and then the other one was one that I'm seeing a lot more of in the market today, but it's again around this customer retention and engagement, and it's the back in stock flow campaign. So with Dotdigital and Jurlique also uses an e-commerce platform called Shopify, obviously really popular player in the market. And they utilize Dotdigital's native integration to Shopify. So they actually have that dynamic data coming into the platform at all times around, when products are going out of stock, when they're going in stock, but also that behavioral data as well around, was that customer actually showing any interest in that product? Were they clicking around on it when it was out of stock? And that back in stock flow campaign could then be created and utilized to do that. So basically they're able to retarget those customers that were out there looking to purchase and drive the results that way. So So it's back in stock program actually increased the conversion rate by 64%. So just for something like relatively simple, right? Like that data is automatically getting pulled into the platform. So just turning it on and having a flow and campaign built around that, great returns.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I think I have the stats here as well. Yeah. Moisturizing, replenishing kit and discovery campaign kit were awesome in increasing the actual engagement with Jurlique. So they had a 23% and 68% open rate for those kit campaigns. So so it's really sort of that winning back of customer engagement at that point. where they need the replenishment was really successful for them. Yeah.
Right. Now I understand where they, because I've been to Jurlique, I've been their customer as well. I've been to their retail outlets in Sydney here, and I've purchased products online as well from their website. And now I understand why exactly their emails are like top notch in terms of the communications, in terms of, replenishment, and why I need to place an order again. And, it's a compiling kind of, compelling sort of a need that they create through that emails that are coming in, on regular basis. Absolutely love what they are doing in the market.
Oh, good to hear. Yeah. It's
That's
a
really
competitive space. It's insane.
Yeah.
That skincare space, obviously it's always growing, but at the same time,
Exactly.
it's just nuts. Like how many key players are out there, right? From, the very affordable to the ultra luxury, and, all of them want to make you sort of feel like it's the best product for you, So yeah,
Exactly.
very impressive effort.
Right. Awesome. So, all right, that probably, gives us a lot of insights and the audience to get an understanding about what customer segmentation is, how Dotdigital really helps them with, segmenting their customers, and then, offering that hyper personalized experiences in order to, target those customers, and then, convert them into potential customers as well. Right. So thanks, Riley, for sharing all your insights. That's really an interesting conversation that we had with you. We gained a lot of insights about Dotdigital, about the customer segmentations, and I'm sure the audiences will go back with a lot of learnings. For the audiences, guys, if you have any questions, about Dotdigital, about customer segmentations that we probably didn't touch upon in our conversation today, feel free to drop those into the comments, and then myself and Riley will be more than happy to address them there. And that's it. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll be discussing more interesting topics in our coming sessions. Thank you for joining today. Thank you.